Thank you very much, Mohanbhai. I've known you for many years, and I'm actually very delighted that you are one of the very deserved winner of this award tonight. I know that you arrived in Britain as recent as 1991, and it's been absolutely amazing what you've achieved in this short space of time. In 1994, you established your first business in the UK, London Clothing Limited. And then you just grew and grew every year. Now, tell me briefly, how difficult was it to set up a business in Britain?
First of all,
how easy?
First of all, I am extremely delighted to be here, and it is privileged and an honor to receive this acknowledgement after receiving recently Queen's Award for Enterprise. I have started my business London Clothing in 1994, and it was not easy. I was struggling a lot until September 11. We was doing manufacturing, like factory, CMT business. After September 11, we start London Clothing. And we, with a partner, Mr. Hewson, as you know before, it took 13 years. And since 2007 to 2013, our business grows more than 866%.
That's amazing. But quickly tell us briefly about Rob Hewson.
I met him. He was my very close friend. I was supplier to him. And I met him, I think, in 1995. So after September 11, the company where he was working is they on receivership. So he was out of business. And I have a factory. We lose lots of money in September 11 as well. And I had a factory. And I offered him partnership, and we start London Clothing, London Tradition. That's the way.
Well, London Tradition, I believe, your vision is to make your company the leading luxury outwear brand in the world very soon, which I believe you will with your dedication and commitment. And just before you go, how do you feel being awarded by your British Bangladeshi community here?
It is...
because although you were a few months back recognized by someone less important than us, Her Majesty the Queen, but how do you feel tonight?
This is first time in fashion a Bangladeshi recognized by Bangladeshi community, like British Bangladesh, who's who. And it is, I think, never been recognized before in fashion. And it is encouraged, it will encourage others and inspire our children and next generation.
Absolutely. Mohanbhai, thank you so much. And I know you make one of the best duffel coats, duffel jackets, whatever you call them, in the world. In case you're wondering, I'm a size 44. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to hand over our next award, may I invite onto the stage Mr. John Garwood, who's the company secretary of Canary Wharf Group. Mr. John Garwood, please.
Good evening, distinguished guests and fellow diners. Distinguished guests can be a rather glib phrase, but tonight, as I look through the list and read a little about the achievements of the guests, it's really exactly the right expression. I think I do have to accept perhaps one previous winner, and that's Zakir Khan, actually. It's rather hard to think of a work colleague as a distinguished guest. The distinguished Zakir, no, it's not going to work actually. Plain old Zach. Zach is actually plays a very important role at Canary Wharf Group. He heads up our community team. And I know that right from the very top, that's Sir George Jacobescu, that there's a great deal of corporate pride about our relationship with the local community and the work which we are doing together to encourage a thriving and vibrant Bangladeshi community. The involvement of Canary Wharf Group takes many shapes, and if you'll just excuse me to abuse my position as a representative of the lead sponsor, I'll just tell you a little bit about that. Over the last 15 years, over £1 billion of work on the Canary Wharf development to be channeled through to small, local and medium-sized companies. And that means that a good many of those, through our Skills and Enterprise, has found its way through to the Bangladeshi community. We also work very closely with schools because I think, as our first speaker recognised, education is absolutely key. And we work encouraging schools to provide the sort of facilities which are needed to produce the next generation of achievers in the Bangladeshi community. We also work to support clubs such as the Code Club, which provide more vocational skills for young people out of school hours. Lastly, not leastly, we also work very closely with local sporting organisations, as we recognise that sport is one of the best ways of overcoming prejudice and to integrate communities. And actually, as I stand, it does strike me that Zach is actually involved in all these things, but he may be a little bit more distinguished than I was thinking. A couple of weeks ago, I was presenting an award at our Community Heroes ceremony, and that picked out 10 individuals who had made significant, and in many cases, lifetime contributions to organisations and also to causes important to the communities surrounding Canary Wharf. It was, I think, as tonight is, a slightly humbling experience because we're hearing about the commitment and contribution of individuals, and without those individuals making contributions for the benefit of others, there can be no community. The achievements reflected here tonight illustrate the strength of the British Bangladeshi community, and we at Canary Wharf are proud to play a very small part in that community. So thank you for listening to me, bearing up my abusing of our position lead sponsor. I think I now have to present a second award. I'm not quite sure it's two, actually, so I need some help.
Well, to help, unfortunately, you're not going to get it from me, but you are going to get it from two others, and they are Mr. Mahbub Mushed from Mahbub & Co. He's a director of Mahbub & Co. And also Mr. Tajuddin Shah, solicitor from Taj Solicitors. If I could ask them to kindly come to the stage, and of course, Mr. Abdul Karim Goni as well. And our next award winner, ladies and gentlemen, is a successful British Bangladeshi businessman and philanthropist. He gained prominence in the early 80s as a young entrepreneur of the then booming curry industry. He was the national president of the influential Bangladesh Caterers Association between the years 2006 and 2012, the largest body of curry restaurant owners in the UK. For his entrepreneurship and philanthropy, he has already received a string of awards, including the BCA Honour Award and the Channel S Business Personality Award. His business interests include restaurants, real estate, insurance, resorts, travel and tourism, gas stations, and Medicare service institutions. He was awarded an MBE in the 2012 New Year's Honours List for his lifelong contribution to the British Bangladeshi catering industry. In April of this year, our award winner and other leading business personalities were involved in setting up the UK BCCI, the United Kingdom Bangladesh Catalysts of Commerce and Industry. The UK BCCI is an organisation which evolved due to the need for a professional, quality and transparent business organisation within the community. Our award winner is the president of this premier organisation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the curry campaigner who has often had Eric in a right pickle, Mr. Bajlur Rashid, MBE. I was just going to say, when you want to go for a curry, you can't find it in curries. When you want to buy a pair of boots, you can't find it in boots. But when you go to Superdrug, anyway, we'll leave it there.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Zubai. Again, another distinguished gentleman from our British Bangladeshi community who I've known for many, many years. And I think in one of his position as the president of the British Bangladesh Bangladesh Catering Association, Mr. Bazur Rashid was inspirational in taking the organization to the next level. And I think his nickname was Curry King at the time. Now, Bazur Bhai, a very simple question to you. You've received awards in the past. I know you have many for your fantastic work. But today, you're being honored by your fellow business people, community people, your well-wishers of the British Bangladeshi community. How is that different from receiving another award in the past?
Zakir Bhai, thank you very much. Every award is different. Today, what shall I say? I'm very humbled by this. This is a true recognition because British Bangladeshi Who is Who is actually the publication which is all the successful, the British Bangladeshi, the successful people, they are publishing, they are distributing to the whole world, in fact.
Now, it is, of course, rather seamless that the next award giver is somebody who is actually chairing the all-party parliamentary committee on, would you believe it, curry. Her name is Baroness Paula Manzila Udin.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Anwar Babul Miya Babul Bhai, Zakir Bhai, and distinguished Goni Bhai and Shadat. I just want to say what a privilege to be here on this occasion. Once again, it's become one of the calendar days that we are all deeply committed to and are really inspired by, and to be here to see who else has made it to the list. It is the 7th year, but no means it's been a wonderful, significant, symbolic gesture. It has actually marked out the contribution of the Bangladeshi community, not just in arts and culture, journalism, teaching, law, media, corporate sectors, and I take my hats off to Zakir. I was also involved with the award ceremony of the community ward of the Canary Group. And in fact, I was there. 7 women stood out and received their recognition. And I would urge some of those women to walk on this platform next year, because I think that we have so much, we've given so many gifts, so much contribution to this country. So, and this is our home. This is not somewhere where we are migrant. This is our home. And I'm really delighted to have heard the minister giving the recognition that I think the Bangladeshi community very rightly deserve. And can we give him a great, because I think he went well beyond his call to praise our community, and I think every one of those who are on this book deserves this and much more. So I'm really delighted. Thank you very much, and I really, really look forward to the who's and who's going strength to strength. And it's not only an effort, as Shadat said, of his and his father, Mr. Ghani, but it's for all of us, really. And I pay tribute, my own very small personal tribute to them for a very successful evening, a very successful event, and may long and continue. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
2 people to come onto the stage, please. Mr. Taj Chowdhury, who's the Managing Director of Channel S Television, and Mr. Ashraf Talukdar, who's from the Tirana Restaurant Group and who is also a property developer. And of course with him, Mr. Goni Bhai as well. Now, our next award winner set up the London Tigers in 1986, and it now serves 3,000 diverse individuals across the UK. It has produced semi-professional footballers playing in the FA Cup as well as county cricket and badminton teams. Both he and the London Tigers have already won a host of awards. Are you ready? In 2004, he was the winner of the Westminster Local Leadership Award. 2005, the GG2 Leadership Diversity Award. He was nominated for an Outstanding Achievement Award at the Sony Asia Television Sports Personality Awards in 2007. London Tigers then won Best Community Organisation UK in the 2010 Channel S Awards. They also won the Best Asian Football Club in the UK in 2012 and the Best Asian Cricket Club 2014 in the UK. With sports projects in Bangladesh, our award winner has recently been recognized by the London Evening Standard by being listed in the top 1,000 influential Londoner 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the young man for whom this year has been an absolute ball, Mr. Misbah Ahmed. To add to his collection,
Misbah, congratulations. I know Anwar touched on it already, that you were listed as one of the 1,000 influential individuals in London. Now, how did that feel to be on the list of the influential 1,000?
I think I wasn't actually aware on the night. I mean, that's a bit surprising,
yeah, right.
But I was very honored to be part of the list, but particularly when I didn't know who was on the list, apart from the guest speakers that actually were announcing out some of the names. And it's a really privilege to be part of that. And I think more so, I think I'm really, really humbled that they're recognizing the work that, you know, the organization does. And I think that's more behind the scene of the recognition, really, of the 1,000 influential Londoner.
I suppose that's, leads to my next question is, Misbah Ahmed, the chief executive, at the helm, fantastic. But it's the actual organisation, London Tigers, who are delivering all this work.
Absolutely. So I think, obviously, vision, the starting up of the organisation was done by myself. But I think over the years, particularly the last 14 years since we formalised the organisation, I've been a bit blessed to bump into the right people who gave me that extra boost to go the next stage up, and supporting now working across London, particularly with the national arm across the country, and also in Bangladesh with all the academies that we're supporting. But I think across it's really the people that have been behind the scene working. I've got to give them huge credit to all the staff, the volunteers, people that are behind supporting us. Even sponsors. You've got corporate sector people that have been supporting us, all the way along, believe in our work really more so than anything else. And also the local authorities. We're working with many local authorities that believe in our work and our track record of delivery. And I think we're humbled by that. And going into a new area, I think people appreciate our work. Which if I go to a new area, young people are craving for the activities that we're doing with the vision of semi-professional football and beyond, and linkage. Everyone wants to be a superstar, and I think we've given them the platform for that.
The second entertainment for this evening, she's known very well in the UK and in Bangladesh, and she'll be singing to you her new title song from her solo album, Meghla Chile. So everybody please welcome Laboni Borowa.
বসে আছি তোমার অপেক্ষায়, নামটি ধরে ডাকো এসে আমার আঙিনায়, এই হাতে হাত রাখো এসে নির্ভাবনায়। সুপ্ত চাওয়া জাগিয়ে তলে দুষ্টু হাওয়া, চাই পেতে যায় তোমার সুবাস আমারে আঁচল।
The first British Bangladeshi Member of Parliament, Roshanara Ali MP.
Minister, Baroness Uddin, councillors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I want to start off by congratulating Mr. Ghani and Shadat Karim for making this event absolutely spectacular. Every year it gets more and more fantastic, more and more glamorous, and of course, here in these amazing settings, you know, as they say, not only are we celebrating the who's who in the British Bangladeshi community, but it's in a fitting place, you know, here in this wonderful place, Alexander Palace. So it's wonderful to hear the Minister talking about the contribution of the British Bangladeshi community. And it's a great honor for me to be here to celebrate the achievements of everyone that's on that list today. And I think we need to remember that there are many, many more people in Britain from our community who may not be known yet, but who are rising up and who will be filling the book of the British Bangladeshi who's who in the coming years. And all of you in your different ways have been encouraging and supporting them and mentoring them. So my appeal is that we continue to talk up each other and support each other and the next generation that are coming forward from different parts of the country whose talents we need to nurture and to ensure that they get the backup that they need from our community. Thank you very much and enjoy the evening tonight. Thank you.
Roshnara Ali, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your very kind words. Now, to assist Roshnara Ali, we have two people who are going to be coming onto the stage now. May I invite onto the stage the country manager for Biman Bangladesh Airlines, Mr. Atiq Rahman Chisti, and also the printers of the Who's Who publication, G10 printers. And to represent them, we have Mr. Jorid Mia. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next award winner is a print and television journalist who has had a varied and vibrant career. She has been working for Al Jazeera English since 2007, where she fulfills a number of roles, including that of news editor, reporter, and field producer. She's based in the network's London offices, but has also worked in the main news center in Doha, Qatar. Prior to Al Jazeera, she has worked in various capacities for Sky News, the BBC, and ITV News. Our award winner started her career in print journalism and has written news stories and features for the Daily Express, the Daily Mail, the Daily Telegraph, and Comment and Opinion for the Independent. Ladies and gentlemen, let's press on with an excellent reception for this television journalist, Ms. Shamim Chowdhury.